Joining me now in the Tomorrow Show's Flash studio is Bill Wasik. He's the author of And Then There's This, How Stories Live and Die in Viral Culture. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, first off, my bosses really want this to go viral. How can we make that happen, this conversation?
Well, you know, cute animals are always a big plus. Pornography would help. Cute babies are good. You know, put the three together and it's surefire, I think.
And it's surefire. Okay, we'll add all that stuff in post. Okay, let's talk about time wasting. Where is all of this time wasting leading us?
Well, I think on some level we're all becoming, you know, a little like MC Hammer today, you know, where we're using the internet and on some level we're wasting time, but on another level we're putting ourselves out there, building our own personal brand, you know, getting our little chunk of fame.
Do you think sometime soon typical office workers will experience total time wastage?
Well, you know, I think on some level, we're headed in that direction, in that time wasting and work are beginning to merge. You know, the irony about all these productivity losses is that, you know, technology has made our work more productive. So on some level, instead of working, you know, the 4 days a week, which is what we could do with our productivity gains, we're essentially taking that extra time in time wasting at work. You know, so instead of going home and spending time with our friends and family, instead, you know, we're essentially working those extra hours at our desks.
Isn't that a little bit sad?
It is a little bit sad, but it is fun to waste time at your desk.
Why do you think we're doing this? Are we just bored?
Well, yeah, I think that you know, it's almost like an arms race. It's escalating. That we're getting more and more stimulation from the world, more and more distractions, and that in turn increases our expectations about how exciting the world is going to be. You know, it's at this point, if you know your favorite blog refreshes, you know, posts 10 times a day instead of you know 15 times a day, you feel like you've really gotten ripped off. And I think that's happening on every level. You know, we want more news, we want more entertainment, we want more distractions, more diversions, because we're getting so much of it, and yet we're not satisfied. And so, what do we need? Well, we must need more.
So it's a vicious cycle. We're wasting time because we're bored, and all this time wasting is making us more bored more easily.
Exactly. It's creating the illusion that we're more bored.
Well, I have to say, I started on Twitter about a month ago, and I'm already kind of bored with it.
Well, that's exactly, you've fallen right into their trap.
The only thing that's keeping me on there is I'm following North Korea and Miley Cyrus. And they're both, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, together, right. Well, you know, my feeling about Twitter is that on some level, it's the ultimate endpoint of all of this. You know, it's the communications have been shrunk down to the shortest possible length. And the only way that you can really attract a following on Twitter is to post very, very often, you know, and that's essentially where the internet sends all of our communications. You know, everything has to be so fast, and you have to create a lot of it, and that's where the incentive is today.
Any upside to this, do you see?
Well, you know, I think that you know, the younger generation, as they learn to Twitter and multitask in terrifying ways, you know, I think that they're probably going to learn how to do, you know, 25 things at once better than we oldsters are able to. And you know, they'll take all of our jobs because, you know, they're able to do what's expected of them, which is to, you know, text while they're emailing, while they're, you know, filming a YouTube.
While they're driving.
A jet ski, right. But I mean, for the rest of us, I think it's just fraying us at the edges. And I think that we need to find spaces in our lives to turn off.
Well, thank you for joining me, Bill.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, and to waste more time, go to cbsnews.com/Tomorrow Show. I'm Rocca, and until next time, don't stop thinking about the Tomorrow Show. I think that this thing really could go viral. Next time on the Tomorrow Show, the color, the combos, the kick. The chili hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah, it was like that paprika.
Get set for the sugar high that is the future of candy.